ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to episode number 31 of the D.M.C Podcast with the human tornado, Mr. Cody Hunter, and myself, Adam Rigby. Cody, what a week. Bloody hell. Welcome. How you going? How are you, bro?
Yeah, good, bro. I was just admiring the bags under my eyes, actually, as you were chatting there, just giving a little touch up. I've started packing up things, so my beautiful lighting is gone. So I'm just going al natural, which is
this is raw. This is real, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, see. Yeah. You've always got the best lighting, mate. It's the best lighting possible.
Still looking good, mate. You're still looking good.
Yeah, mate. Nah, she's been a good week, bro. It's a fast week, another fast week, to be honest, which is quite scary. But it's all good, mate. Everything's all going where it needs to go.
Good game's a fast game, mate. Good game's a fast game.
It's how I roll, brother. It's how I roll. Quick,
mate. I've been action packed. You know, it's been busy. I think it's not so much Groundhog Day, but we've been talking a lot over the last 3 weeks how we have had so much packed into the last few days, being dragged into a couple of projects, doing a couple of things offline, some educational stuff, obviously family stuff, and all of those types of cool things that make life interesting, but so super busy. So super busy. I mean, we made the time to do this today. Went in and did a gym workout this morning. Literally closed the laptop, got changed, wrapped into the gym, did the workout, didn't even have a shower, mate, and jumped in the car, and then whammo, traffic, an accident. So the thoughts immediately in my relaxed state of mind go to I hope everyone's okay. And you absorb that frustration. We talked about that a lot, and it took extra time. Got home, thought yes, made myself a power smoothie, because there's nothing worse than a hangry Adam or a hangry Cody Hunter. So I had a smoothie, sat down, went to log into the laptop, kicked me out, then locked me out, and yet
here we
are here. Noi siamo qui. We are here. Don't let anything stop you, peeps. Hashtag no
bro, and
excuses.
When you were saying you were locked out, I started thinking about our backup plan, because I was like, okay, number one, I'm on an iPad, so I can't record. Okay, so
yeah, I know.
So I was like, so I thought, okay, we're going live on Instagram.
We're going live.
I just had different ways. I was like, we can still do it, but how is it going to happen? I was like, well, I record with a video through something. Or something. Anyway, we got it. We got there, bro. We got there. So here we are.
I'm going to make some notes. I'm going to make some notes, and we're going to post them on as a letter.
That's right.
Like a love letter.
Audio, video. Yeah, mate. Yeah. So that's how it works sometimes, bro. But it's there's always options and ways to get around it and make it work. That's what we just got to do, mate. Be like water.
Making time. Be like water. That's a great one, Bruce Lee.
That's right, brother.
Making time for the important things. We are overrun. Critical now, because obviously Mental Health Awareness Week, and I think it's great for you to check yourself in moments and also check in with other people. So as we stated a couple of weeks ago, there was a great post online that it shouldn't just come down to a week. These are nice reminders for us to look after each other and ourselves, but it's something we should do as a consistent, constant process of evolution and growth. We've just got to check in with ourselves, make sure we are okay, make sure those around us are okay. It's text messages, bro. It's just making sure we're on top of it. Our friends are okay. Catching up, like chatting to you, is amazing. Always feel good after our chats, brother. And there's a couple of other people. One of my great mates gave me a call this morning, missed his call, and I'm like, fuck, and I rang him straight back. Had an awesome chat, just removed myself from the stress of the house and the laptop. No distractions, chair on the front doorstep, sun blazing down. The weather is glorious today. Had an amazing chat. And again, another mate reached out, and he said he needs a bit of positivity. So I said, bro, I'm flat out, but I'm going to give you a call. Just come around. We'll sit and have a cup of coffee.
Gotcha.
Got a couple of egg chairs on the deck. We can sit and relax and chat.
So good. Yeah.
Wow.
So good, bro. It's awesome, man. I think I actually really like what you said about, like looking you've like take care of yourself, because you know when you start getting to the point where things are not where you want them to be, like you can feel it coming. You know what I mean? And so we talked about it ages ago when I was in Auckland last, when I was up there for an interview for the job I've currently got, Success. But anyway, that's when shit hit the fan for me, where I just had burned all ends of the wick, and I didn't really read the signs. I just kept digging because I had so much to get done and had to get through. And then before you know it, too late. So, and you start, whether it's snap at the kids or whatever it is, and you sort of lose track of it. But when it's coming, but it's not always easy to be aware of it. And sometimes the more you feel it, the more you actually want to be there. You start dealing in it, where you sort of engulf on itself. So you've got to really slow it down, and I mean, most of the time you're not often around people who will notice. Maybe you're just by yourself. But how do you catch yourself and think, okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to eat? No, what is it? We talked about the HALT. Remember HALT? You remember that HALT one, the acronym from Terry Crews?
Remind me, bro.
Before? No. So HALT, Terry Crews. So HALT is, when you're not feeling yourself, there's some things that assess it. Number one was H for hungry. Are you hungry? Well, we just talked about that, eh? Are you hungry? A is for angry. Like, are you frustrated and angry about something? L is lonely. And T is tired, I believe. So, you can sort of find things under the different categories, right? If you're hungry, eat. If you're angry, how do you adjust that? How do you deal with your anger? Do you take a walk, go to the gym, punch a boxing bag? If you're lonely, go meet someone, meet with people, hug someone, like get some company. And if you're tired, sleep it out, rest it out. So it's quite cool, that one.
And like me, there'll be people that'll be saying, fuck, man, there's times that I've been all four.
Oh, yeah, baby.
At the same time. It's called the perfect storm. The perfect
That's
storm.
Exactly right, bro.
And I'm angry, and I'm tired, and I just need someone to hold me.
Yeah. And the ones around you, my mother was a prime reader, like in teenage years. She'd be like, no, she knew straight away the way I acted. I walk in the door, and she'd be like, you're either hungry or you're tired. They're the only two, because you're never, not in high school, you're not very lonely, mate. You're socially active and everywhere. But yeah, she'd be like, eat some food and go take a nap and get out of my face. And I'd be like, yes, you're right. And you do it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I see that even one of our little groups, one of our little WhatsApp groups, and one of our friends fired up, hey, it's eat a Snickers, was the old.
Eat a Snickers, yeah, that's right.
Give a Snickers, bro. Calm down. I love that.
It's so true.
Oh, hang on. Whoa.
Yeah. You're sitting there like fighting back. What did you say? Like, chewing on your Snickers bar.
Suddenly,
okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. Ooh.
Eat a Snickers.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm making a real effort with my nutrition, just trying to eat more. And I'm a bit of a grazer, and so I'm trying to achieve peak performance. I've got some real good goals in terms of my athletic endeavors and physical performance moving forward. So I've got a great friend of mine that has helped me in the past, and I love it. I love the discipline of not diets, but eating plans. And it always emphasizes to me that I don't eat enough. And certainly I don't eat enough of the right stuff. So I love knowing that I've got this, and this, and I love eating simply. It's so good for me. But definitely the gap between meals, bro, just don't get in my way in that half hour. That's called the hungry zone. There's a capital block lettered H there that I'm starting to think, okay, I'm so close to a feed, so close to some food.
No.
So don't get my way full.
Yeah, get out of the way. Get out of the way of the buffet. The funny thing is, what did I read the other day? And it was like junk food, and it said junk food has become so normal that when you decide to eat healthy, everyone thinks you're on a crazy diet.
Yeah.
How twisted is that, bro? It's like the moment you like, it's not like that all the time, but I'm just saying, like, the moment you go to a restaurant, you go, oh, can I just grab a chicken salad? And I was like, ooh, are you on a diet, bro? And you're like, no, I just like salads with chicken in it, mate. I just whatever. It's funny, eh?
Yeah, it's amazing how people need to label and need to get involved. But like I say, I never use the word diet because it has such negative connotations. But just being selective about a diet is the way you eat, right? But it's become such a it's become this just negative thing. attached to it, but everybody is on a diet of sorts. It's just what you decide to eat, choose to put in your mouth, the way you decide to fuel yourself. Don't judge others. Don't allow others to judge you. Just eat what you want to eat. Don't let that dictate. It's all about you, how you feel. Everybody is different. That's the one thing we know. Everybody performs different ways, responds to different foods, whether it's carbohydrates, protein. It's just getting the balance right. And the only thing that'll teach you that, again, is getting professionals involved. Like this guy who's also another Adam fucking gun guru and has helped me amazing, especially preparing for events, in terms of just getting ready in peak physical condition. And that's the way I look at it. It's about being in peak physical condition, which allows just that mental flexibility to make decisions, knowing I'm at my optimum, I'm fueled, I'm ready to go. You don't get those troughs. Cycling's great, because it's those endurance sports. And any endurance sport, if you don't get your nutrition right, you can experience those just low lows, sugar bonks, where your body and your mind just out.
I've actually never experienced it, bro, but I have seen someone experience when we were doing multi-sports back in high school. One of my buddies, we're out running in the bush for some training, those long endurance runs in the mountains. And old mate bonked, mate. He dropped out, and we didn't know what was wrong with him. He's sort of looking at us like he's a space cadet talking about like rugby scores or some shit out of nowhere. Like, he just like left the building, but he was physically there, but he was gone. And we were with our teacher, who's very experienced in endurance sports. He was in our team, which was awesome. But yeah, that was purely nutrition prep for that day. He just wasn't with it. And seeing that, so imagine if that happens to you when you're by yourself somewhere, mate, you haven't got any backup plans, and you're just all of a sudden roaming through the bush like a zombie. It's crazy.
And it's state of mind, It's state of mind. Your brain runs out of sugar, and it just starts to cut certain parts of the body off. Your thought processes change. You get super down. So, there are great ways to enhance your mood and positive nutrition choices are one of those. Not just grabbing a candy bar or loading up to get the high highs, not just belting a coffee and to feel great, but keeping a balanced nutrition plan will assist you in stability of your mental state rather than peaks and troughs, because life is all about an endurance event, It's endurance,
not a sprint,
mate. Marathon, it's not a sprint. Well, for some of us at the moment, it's a series of sprints that are marathon length.
Just up and down.
Yeah, but I mean, loving the opportunity to check in with friends, and seeing the level of care, in the community, people just checking in on each other, I think is really, really wonderful. But as we said, just continue to check in regardless if people are quiet, if people are loud, just check in regardless. If someone's name pops into your head and you're thinking about them, just go hard, just flick a text. And it's great. It's just great to hear someone's voice, if you're thinking about them, give them a ring, because thinking about it is one thing. Connecting and talking with them is just amazing. It lifts your mood. The art of the conversation, like we say, the D.M.C is the thing we've been talking about. The subject of our D.M.Cs has been having D.M.Cs conversations and really promoting getting out and having those chats and the impact, the positive impact that it can have. Amazing. This is the time to really get out.
Yeah, mate.
Connect.
Exactly right, mate. Exactly right. Last week, bro, so speaking of connect, I think I said it to you, I had a good little nudge at a spin class last week, mate, which is anyone that knows me will be like, we'll start laughing, mate. I'll be like, what the? And the funny thing was, it's this new product we have. It's called Coach by Color. But you're supposed to have sort of a score, like a power score at the start to gauge off your workout. So the instructor asked me, he goes, what do you know? I said, I have no idea, mate. He goes, have you done spin? Do you bike often? I said, nope. And he goes, you're a big rig, mate. I'm sure you'll be all right. And then he comes up and he sets up my bike for me. Yeah, he did good. He was good. But man, it was awesome, hey. Like I'm really keen. Obviously, as you age and the intensity with my body and joints and things needs to vary a bit more. Man, I'm just like, man, I want to bike at home. I want to get on that Zwift like you do. I think I would use the shit out of that at my house. I wouldn't I wouldn't use a squat rack as much as I'd use a bike at my home. I know that for sure. I'd do that at the gym, but I'd bike hard at home. So
it's
next year, mate.
Fantastic. While you can't compare it to other sports, you can still get the adrenaline, you can still get the endorphins. You can achieve a lot in 30 minutes on a bike, high intensity, and again, the impact. My daughter, who's a physio, I was speaking to her this morning, and she was saying that there's been a study about cyclists' backs, and cyclists always get bad backs. Well, it's actually the opposite, because they did a study on a group of cyclists versus other athletes, and the cyclists had stronger core engagement, more fluid and flexibility in the lower spine. So that kind of myth was busted, and it's all about getting your setup right. It's like anything, don't get a bike too big, don't get a bike too small. If you know the parameters that you need to work with, there are really simple, beautiful guides, even online, to help you get that bike set up. And once you get that, the level of comfort is great, but the level of intensity that you can achieve safely, which is a big thing. We want people to be safe when they're exercising. If you crash an indoor bike, I can't help you. I can't help you.
I can do it, mate.
I'm like, what? You what? So yeah, it's not a coordination thing. You don't have to worry about balance. It's a stationary bike. You learn a lot about just confidence to use the machine, because it's a machine, and manipulate your performance and your intensity through engagement of the resistance or load management, and listening to some fat music, some beats. That's what I love at Les Mills. Big, banging beats, fill us full of adrenaline and purpose, and just, intervals, classic interval Tabata style training, short efforts, half the recovery, multiple times, bang, and you get off, and you're like, yep, shit, yeah, game on.
So good. Yeah, that's what this was the other day. Was number one, the music, mate, was pumping. And every time we're coming out for the next time for the next interval, the 1 minute on, we're doing 1 minute on, 2 minutes off. 10 times was the main part of that session. But as we were cruising into the red zone on the screen of his screen, he sits there, he picks up his phone, and he just goes, and he slides the song, and all of a sudden it's like, and you just go bang. And then it's got this thing on it. It's on these bikes where when you're in the prime spot during the interval, it's called the Ring of Fire. And you go on this tunnel on this little display on your bike, and you're going through this tunnel, and it's in flames, and you're like, oh, bro, it was sick, eh? And I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool.
And businesses are looking for a way for that engagement, because we are stimulated by so much more, and we need that engagement. We're used to these larger than life experiences. And you can say, oh, that gets us away from the true meaning of fitness and connection. But anything that helps engage people and gets them moving and passionate about moving and acts as an inspiration, I think is a great thing. We talked about the trip, which is that big 20-meter virtual experience where you sit and watch the screen, is an amazing innovation in indoor exercise. And everybody goes wherever they need to go, manipulate intensity, just cruise, listen to beats, whatever. Stress relief coming because, you've had a shit time, it's been super hard, and you just want to just relax and unwind. A great way to get into some really good habits, a great way to condition yourself to moving to music, or just motivation, being around motivation people. And I think just going right back to when we talk about environment, just putting yourself in the environment, in a positive environment, is so rewarding and beneficial for your mental state. And as hard as it can get, if you're not quite there, it is sticky, it is hard, and people seem higher than high or higher than life and way too energetic. But you'll get there. Give yourself time to adapt. I'm not saying you have to become one of those people that high fives everybody. We can't do that. We're in level 2. We're like, lots of namaste. But your energy levels will slowly lift. It's like like a little bit of a vaccine. Too soon to talk about vaccine? Man, we fired up last week, bro? But anyway, we won't go there. Calm down, Adam. Just a little bit each time gets you used to it, and then all of a sudden you're going in, and then people are looking to you for encouragement and energy, and then it impacts outside the energy that you portray outside. What have you been doing? Oh, mate, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Whatever it is, whatever it is, even if it's the positivity involved in you getting out and just looking up at the sky and walking one foot in front of the other. And when you're there, because when you're away from it, you just get a little shitty because your body misses that. Your body misses that stuff too.
Yeah, and you've got to set that, like we talk about, set that intention. Like be like, look, all I'm going to do is show up. I don't need to take part in the craziness just yet, but sooner or later, mate, you get into it, and you love it, and you do start, you start living it, like some. But I think like when going back to when you walk in that environment, some environments are intimidating, some are inspiring, some are boring. I think the main one to think about is like you've just got to give it that shot first. Yeah. Because even if it looks boring, but often though, some of them that are boring will stay boring. In my experience, they're just boring. But intimidating doesn't always mean that you won't be into it. Every gym is intimidating for people. Even me, I've been to 1 billion gyms in my life. Some of them you still walk into, you're still like, oh shit, all right. That's just the reality. That doesn't mean that it won't become the best place you've ever been to. But yeah, I'm big on environment, and I can walk into a place and usually think to myself, would I want to train here? Yes or no? Within the first probably 30 seconds. In terms of not group stuff though, group's different. Like group is the experience. I'm just talking about a room you walk into, Yeah. But yeah, it's a bit different.
And if I think now's the time with mental health front of mind in front of this discussion, if you are going to try something and share the journey, if you've got someone that's in the same boat as you, that you see is struggling with a little bit of confidence and needs a bit of a kickstart, or just you feel as though you need to connect with them and try something new, or you want to buddy up in the confidence, just say, hey, do you want to go and do this? And be persistent. Just keep bugging them, I'm super good at bugging people. So just do it.
Turn up on their doorstep, bro. Pick them up from home. I'll pick you up and be there in 5 minutes. Hang the phone up and just go.
Excuses zero, Excuses zero, because people will find a way not to. So help people. If you think people are struggling out there, can be persistent. I'm not saying don't continue to take, or don't take no for an answer. It's not good enough. It's just not good enough. Help people by getting out and communicating, by being a role model and a leader, just in terms of your level of communication and action, getting them involved in something you are passionate about. And what I like about I feel my job is to create fitness leaders in the community. So you go out, you get someone who's a parent, and they come into the class and they're a little bit scared. They haven't been doing fitness for a while. They start it. The children look at them and they say, holy shit, look at mum, look at dad, look at uncle, look at grandma. That's amazing. I'm going to try it. So by default, you are inspiring people in your wider community, even family members, the young ones getting involved, inspiring friends, because I think fitness should be a lifelong connection, a journey, a lifelong challenge. It's the evolution of us, right? We should continue to evolve and always continue to find ways to move and challenge and develop and evolve. It's great for us. We used to wander around plains and pastures, getting chased by all sorts of wild beasts, but here we are. Too many opportunities to sit and rest, and too many opportunities to sit and dwell and overthink shit. So get in a mindset and get in an environment with the people that you love, where you don't have to think, where you're just free to express yourself and enjoy and love and move and create energy. And energy breeds energy. Bang, 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 bang. And then all of a sudden, voila, we're feeling okay. Yeah. And that's the stuff I love. That's the addictive element I love. Becoming addicted to the right things, people, movement, conversations, love, kindness. That's the type of stuff that we should aspire to be addicted to. And, of course, all of the stuff that we should talk about, be aware of our mental health and our stamina moving forward.
Roger that, big dog. I like a good one before we finish up, bro, because we did promise a 30-minute fucking rapid, and we've crushed it.
Rapid booster.
when you're in doubt, I think when you're feeling a bit shit, like we say, Tony Robbins talks about, it's like, motion creates emotion. At the very least, stand up and just move. And the moving itself, like you said, energy creates energy. Energy creates energy. More motion, more momentum. Start with a walk around the living room. Start with mowing the lawn. Start with doing a bit of gardening or just doing something active. And before you know it, you're feeling so much better and your mind's clear and you're feeling great. You're doing more. And so don't think about the end of the mission or the journey. Just think about the next step. I'm just going to stand up and I'm going to walk to the refrigerator and get a can of cola. But no. I mean, like, get to the door and go outside. Just step one, step two, and let it take you for a ride. I find that's, for me, when I'm no goods, just think short term, get up.
Yeah, booty. And it's recognizing if you're feeling a bit down, and peeps, listen, it's okay if you're not okay. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. Everybody struggles to different elements. We all go to different places, guided by our previous experiences, how we've been taught to deal with stuff. It's okay to not be okay, right? But feel free to talk. Because when you talk, you can express it. It starts to make sense. You can start to deal with it. People can share in that journey with you, and your friends and loved ones will help. They love to help. It's not a burden. Just being able to converse, just being able to chat, just being able to listen to your friends talk about their issues is wonderful. To have people that you can trust, and to have people that trust you is amazing. And you have them in your life. You do. So be brave enough in that space, be bold enough just to ask for help if you need it. There are some wonderful resources online, via phone, professionals that you can connect with. If you feel as though you've got no one to talk to and you need to balance that information, you can get online. Call the helplines if you need to. It doesn't mean you're broken. It just may mean you need to talk to someone who has a little bit of experience and can offer you some advice and help. And that could take 30 seconds. That could take 10 minutes. That could take 10 weeks. There's no definite timeline on it. But all you've got to do, like Cody says, is take those first steps. The motion, whether it's movement or whether it's reaching out and asking for help, just fucking do it. Because there are people who love you. That's it. That's it.
Boom.
That's it. And what better feeling? What better feeling? Everybody's loved. Take a look around. Spread the net a little further. Obviously, you get a life where you're looking in one single direction and you put all the eggs in one basket. And you think this is the direction. If this person doesn't think I'm worthy, or if this person doesn't value me, then I have no value. Take a look around. Okay, take a look around. Outside of the basket, there are people next to you. There have been people that have followed you in your journey. There have been people that have asking you if you've been okay. And sometimes it's natural to get tied up in this little pocket, this little tunnel where you can't see the peripherals. Just take a step back, and that eagle eye, zoom out that we talked about previously.
Third eye.
Yeah. Take a look around, and have the confidence that we've got your back. Like Cody and I always say, if you want to reach out to us, please feel free to reach out to us. If you've got feedback for us, if you know friends that would value just having a discussion, get out and be the DMC. DMC is all of us, right? It's the we. It's the movement. It's a conversation. It's powerful. It's beautiful. And, for us to be able to do this is just such a wonderful, wonderful feeling knowing that it's helping people. So if you can help people in the same way, do it.
I'm going to cut in real quick. Otherwise, we'll be going for another 30 minutes. All right, you legends. Thanks for tuning in. That's your Rapid Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever day of the week it is, Matt. Who even knows?
Saturday, Sunday, what?
But thank you all for tuning in. Stay cool to after school, and we'll see you all next time.
We love you. Peace. Be kind.
Peace.